MikeDurbin.com. You can get the WCW-esque Conan in that K-Dog Wolfpack style. Man, this Conan might be Bendy of the Year right now.
I really told you. Yo. Let me speak on this. Mike Durbin Productions exclusive. Conan, I was the most impressed with Conan, man. It's like undercover Bendy of the Year. It's a really nice figure. The do-rag is freaking awesome in person. I love the exclusive with the WCW packaging. I love this one with the camo. It's really nice.
And I will say a figurine expert who went to TJ on Friday, Matt Cardona, put it over as being a good figurine as far as figurines go.
Yo, hold on, let me speak on this. Exclusive Mike Durbin Productions, K-Dog. Look at that, listen to K-Dog, keeping it 100, logo on the back, MikeDurbin.com. Get it right now. Low key might be Bendy of the Year. Go get it.
So they introduced Jericho as Lionheart Chris Jericho, and he came out to Electric Head Part 2 by White Zombie. So because he's like doing his, since he had an issue with the dad 30 years ago, he's going to wrestle as Lionheart from Mexico. And the kid's not that bad. But nobody,
nobody cared. Nobody knew him. And right. This was very funny when Taz said he wasn't a fan of second generation wrestlers. They did a Horana.
That was funny. Yeah.
There was they tried to reverse this Huracarana, and the ringside did not look good. But my problem with this was, match was fine. Okay.
Jericho looked finished.
Jericho looked great. Yeah.
Because they put him in the walls of Jericho. The guy reached in the ropes and he cinched it in pretty good. Again, the dad threw in the towel.
Right.
It's this poor guy, this poor kid, his first match ever on AEW, and he gets the towel through that arm. Right? What a burial. So after the match, Atlanta Senior checked on his son, and the guy was like super overselling, like getting to his feet. And Jericho joined him and helped Atlanta Senior to his feet. Then Jericho stood between Senior and Junior, raised his hands. Then Senior jawed at Jericho for a moment, pointing his finger at him, and then they hugged.
Yeah, right. What? And you're right. Yeah. The guy took forever selling that to get up. Jericho had to almost lift him up.
Right. So let me make a point here.
My only problem with this is this had nothing to do with Revolution. And the Go Home show, everything should have to do with the pay-per-view or PLE coming up. Everything.
Right. Let me explain something here, too. Powell's POV. I appreciate the effort to explain Jericho's history with Atlanta Senior, but I have to question why this match took place in the show. This time should really have gone to something related to Revolution.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right? So, but the funniest thing about this is, this was the main event, right?
Right.
This is another person over 50 years old wrestling in the main event on AEW again. Jericho, 51 or 52, whatever.
Yeah, I don't really care about that. Yeah.
That's fine. We brought that 5 weeks last week. Because
here's the thing, dude. Sometimes you need nostalgia to draw, and old names, whether it's The Rock or whether it's Jericho, or whether it's Vampiro, Conan in Mexico. Now that we're doing this nostalgia thing, people like to see people they grew up with, and in 20 years, there'll be maybe Sammy Guevara and Darby, and those guys will be the veterans that people grew up with.
But Coney, you're doing nostalgia 5 weeks in a row, and you're doing nostalgia with guys some of these people never even heard of.
Yeah, I know. That I know. That I know. Yeah.
Jun Nakayama.
Right.
And then, you
know what's the problem? Like I told you before, dude, he caters to his base. Right. Much like Trump does or any politician. He caters to his base, which are hardcore fans. They all watch Japanese wrestling. When I was there one time, I told you the story. We were there at night, and bro, they were watching Japanese wrestling, like 50 guys and Tony, they grew up on this. And when they meet these guys, they revere them. And it's like, Kojima's in front of me or Ishii's in front of me. I can't believe it, and all this respect. But bro, a person that doesn't, O'Shea Jackson said it. Harry Ruiz, who has a license plate that says AEW Mark, goes, who are these guys?
All right. Well, here's the thing too. He's catering to his base, but dude, they're drawing barely over 800,000 people. Some of your base is even tuning this stuff out.
Right. And people say, okay, well, that's not the only metric. There's mobile and this and that. Okay. But we're seeing that even the house shows aren't drawing. I was just reading this thing where they had a deal for a March show where you could buy 4 tickets for the price of 3. And not that every promotion has never done that. AAA's done it, CMLL's done it, WWE, and they weren't doing good. We all do all those little tricks to get people in. But if you're doing so good, why are you having to give away a ticket? You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're not really doing as well as before. Let's say that.
Cold. Like
and we're not hating, we're stating, you know.
Remember WCW? It's like we would paper the towns, but to sell them out.
Right.
Remember? It's like, you know, we sell a bunch of tickets and they'd paper the last one just to make it look like a sellout, you know? So
right.